Right, perfect. Amazing. Right, so I'll start. So I've just started recording. Any questions as we go through, send them over. We can cover them at the end, or DM me afterwards. So first things first, thank you so much for joining this online event, which is the launch of my new Arbonne business. I am joined by my sponsor and Executive District Manager at Arbonne, Emma Coots. So just to tell you what we're going to go through. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why I decided to start this business. Emma's then going to talk a little bit more about Arbonne itself, the company and its ethics. Then we're going to go through the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, which is their healthy eating plan and cleanse that I did in January of this year. Then we're going to go through a few of my favourite products from the collection. So we should be about half an hour or so, might run over to 40 minutes. So I guess first things first, why did I decide to start this business? There's probably, I would say, 3 reasons when I've really thought about it. The first is I enjoy business. So for me to be able to have a business where I work as hard as I can and I get rewards is exciting and I enjoy it. I would say secondly, when I really thought about it, it was the fact that I'm starting to become far more aware of my choices as a consumer and how they might affect the environment and the ethics behind the things that I'm purchasing. So for me, I want to know things have been ethically sourced, aren't going to damage the environment. And when I'm thinking about things that I'm putting into my body and putting onto my skin, I want to know that those things don't have lots of chemicals in and aren't going to be toxic. Arbonne being plant-based, vegan and gluten-free is all of those things, and Arbonne has just been certified as a B Corp, which Emma I know will talk through a little bit more as we go into more details on the company. And then finally, the third reason is I enjoy cosmetics and I enjoy makeup. So before I actually started the business, I was purchasing the products. And actually, it made sense that I got more discount as a consultant if when I was purchasing the product. So that also made sense to me. I enjoy cosmetics. I enjoy using different personal care products. And so for me, it was just a no-brainer. So now I've gone over my spiel about why I decided to start the business. I'm sure Emma's going to talk far more eloquently about Arbonne itself and the ethics behind the company.
You spoke very eloquently. I wouldn't put myself down. So hi ladies, I can't see your faces, but I know you're there. So hello, nice to meet you. So I know Eleanor through her lovely boyfriend George. I've known him for a very long time. In fact, I used to sit next to him in French classes when we were at school. So a number of years. And was obviously introduced to Eleanor over Christmas when her and George then decided to do our healthy living program, which is something I'm really passionate about, and I'll share a bit more information about it with you. But yeah, I've been doing Arbonne now for 18 months. I started for very different reasons actually, Eleanor. I started after I had a little baby girl. She's almost two next month. And kind of for us, we had great lifestyles. We both had very kind of corporate jobs. I work in project management. I travel a lot. And when I had my little girl, kind of my mindset changed. And whilst I still wanted my corporate career, I didn't want to have to be traveling and missing out on her growing up. So for me, I really needed to find a passive income or a residual income that was going to help me to be able to support my family so that actually I could have time with her as well. And I'm very, very grateful because Arbonne has actually allowed me to go back to work 3 days a week. So I have 2 days with her and I build my business around the flexible time that I have around her in evenings, weekends, that kind of thing. So I'm hugely passionate about what Arbonne can do as a vehicle for people. Nobody ever really thinks that they're going to get involved in Arbonne. Most people have never even heard of Arbonne. I certainly hadn't. And it's kind of the power of what it can bring and what it can do for people is incredible. So Eleanor, I'm really excited because I know that you've got some big goals in terms of wanting to grow your other social media business, and Arbonne can let you do that and maybe have more time to focus on that. So it's really exciting as well. But very much with you on the project side of things. I wasn't really a massive project person. I didn't really understand about toxins and chemicals. And it was when I had my little girl, I was just like, well, actually, what am I putting on her skin? And then kind of Arbonne's products really blew me away. So if we focus, and you go to the next slide for me, thank you. So what is Arbonne? You may or may not have heard of Arbonne before. It was actually founded back in 1980. So this year we're celebrating our 40th anniversary, which for some people are like, how have I never heard of it if you're celebrating your 40th anniversary? We've actually been in the UK for, I think it's about 13 years now. But the reason you may not have heard of us is because we don't sell in stores, in shops or anything like that. It's all through online, through websites and through word of mouth recommendation. Like through Eleanor and myself. And we won't go too much into that today, but we'll focus on that. Eleanor's having another kind of business opportunity launch in a couple of weeks, so we'll talk more about that on that online side of things. But that's the reason you haven't really heard of us. But we were created by a Norwegian entrepreneur called Petter Morg, and he had a massive vision that he wanted to create green and clean products that would transform people's skin, but also offer an amazing business opportunity for normal people. And if you think about back in the 1980s, nobody was doing vegan, nobody cared too much about animal testing. They go on. Nobody was really that fussed about kind of mineral oil, parabens, things going into their products. No one cared. So I'm really passionate that we were at that absolute forefront of that. And back in the 1980s, it's so incredible. So we're all about quality. We do clinical trials on all of our skincare products, our makeup products, to prove our effectiveness. And we hold a number of certifications about that. And that's really important to me, that actually our products work. We're part of a company called Group Rocher, which are a 2.5 billion red company. They're a French company. You might have heard of brands like Yves Rocher, which is another skincare brand you can find on the high street, or Petit Bateau, which the royals dress their children in. So they're all our sister companies owned by Group Rocher, which is amazing. And we're currently in 6 countries at the moment. So we're in the UK, we're in Australia, New Zealand, Poland, Canada, and America. So it's very exciting, especially from Eleanor's business perspective, that we are going to be growing and we're going to be going into different countries as and when we choose the time is right. So it's an incredible business opportunity from that perspective. And Eleanor touched on the fact that we are a B corporation, which is something I'm hugely proud of. And what that essentially means is that we balance the social, economical, and people kind of considerations, environmental considerations, as well as profit through our business. So you might have heard of C corporations, which are really all about profit, which is where I sit within my project, my project manager job, in my day job. Whereas Arbonne really have a balance of both. It means we meet the highest standards of verified social and environmental impacts, and performance transparency and accountability. Only 3,000 companies have it worldwide at the moment, and Arbonne sit in the top 25 biggest companies that have really gone for it, and it's a massively stringent process to achieve it. And so it just really sets us apart from other brands out there who maybe over the past 10 years have kind of come on the vegan and the no toxins kind of bandwagon. We're now pushing forward to be the best company for the environment and people as well. And I think that's where a lot of people now, consumers, are becoming much more conscious about their spend, and that's kind of where people are looking to buy their products from, those kind of ethical companies. So that's a huge thing for me. So super proud of that one. So what is our product advantage? So I've kind of just mentioned them. We're free from any kind of harmful chemicals, no parabens, no mineral oils, other things that we know are detrimental to our skin and our health. So in the European Union, we ban about 1,500 chemicals. Arbonne ban over and above that because we do so much research and development into products. So we ban over 2,000 ingredients. And like we said, we're plant-based, we're botanical-based, we're vegan certified, we're kosher. Our nutrition range, part of it is informed sports, so it can be used by professional competing athletes. We've got no dairy, no gluten, no any kind of things that are hard to digest within our products, and I know that that's a really important thing nowadays. So you're really passionate about the quality of the products that we have. And in our kind of our skincare, our makeup, you're looking at, we're kind of like on par with the other French brands out there, in terms of kind of Estée Lauder, Clinique, that kind of thing, in terms of your skincare, MAC and Bobbi Brown in terms of your makeup. But actually the quality of our ingredients is so much better. And again, that comes down to the network marketing business model, which we won't go into today, but we can talk about another time, or you can just ask Eleanor what I'm talking about. But I think, Eleanor, first and foremost, the reason you were introduced to Arbonne really was through the Healthy Living Programme. So did you want to just do a bit of an intro on it and what it is?
Yeah, so obviously the reason why I first came across Arbonne was through the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan. Now, as Emma mentioned, my boyfriend George wanted to do it. I said I would do it with him. And if I'm completely honest, I was somewhat naive to what it was in the first instance. And actually, I thought it was going to be slightly more of a diet plan. Actually, what it ended up doing is completely changing my approach to food, completely changing my approach to what I was putting into my body, and ultimately was a complete lifestyle change for me, which is ironically what it's actually meant to do. I had just got the completely wrong idea at the start. So for me, it did exactly what the plan is meant to do. I know I've mentioned it a few times, but Emma will go through it in more detail. But for me, just a few things I noticed while I was doing it that contributed to my lifestyle change were I slept so much better. So I haven't actually had caffeine in 2020. And I found that I had such an undisturbed sleep while doing the plan and since I've finished the plan. The other thing that I'm sure most of you might know is that actually I had really bad eczema on my hands, and I've probably had that for a couple of years. Since I've been doing the plan, or since I did the plan at the beginning of January, it's completely gone, and it's the best it's ever been in 2+ years. And I'm sure that isn't a coincidence that I started paying attention to the lifestyle choices I was making and the nutrition choices I was making, and that has had probably an impact internally and externally on my lifestyle. So I loved it.
I mean, you only told me about that a couple of nights when a couple of nights. Blown away, but that's what gut health is all about. And when you have good gut health, it really affects your mind, your body, and your skin. And there's so much research that goes into that. So I'll talk you guys through a little bit more about what the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan is all about. And I'm really, really passionate. This is my massive passion about Arbonne, the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. So just thank you so much for having kind of an open mind and listening to what it's all about. And essentially, the aim of this program, kind of like Arbonne's strapline, is to make you feel really, really comfortable, kind of inside and out. So kind of how you look as well as how you feel on the inside. And for me, it's massively about how I felt, just like Ellen said around the sleep and things. So let me go over a little bit more about what the program is set to do. So the plan essentially is set to rid the buildup of toxic buildup in your body. You want to be reducing inflammation. And we do this in 3 ways. We do this through reducing the amount of toxins that we ingest. We do this through increasing the number of toxins that we eliminate from our diet. And we increase our nutritional intake. So they're 3 really, really important things. One thing that I really want to stress, and I know that Eleanor has kind of just touched on it, is that this is just not one of these fad diets or a rapid weight loss program. That's not what it's about. I mean, and just like Eleanor said, like you were a little bit skeptical. I was the biggest skeptical, if I'm honest. Like my dad's a GP, my mum's a nurse, my uncle's a cardiologist. I'm surrounded by medics in my family. And I've always been pretty healthy. I've never really had to worry about weight or anything like that. And so when I was introduced to doing the plan, I was just like, oh, I really don't think it's going to make any difference. I'm pretty healthy for myself. And the first time I did it was, I think, 5 months after I'd had my daughter. And, you know, I had a little bit of maternity weight and I wanted to get back into my pre-baby clothes if I could, rather than having to go buy a whole new wardrobe. So I did it. And I genuinely was blown away. Not necessarily because of the weight, like I lost just under a stone, and that was, you know, that was great. But it was more in, I mean, I had a 5-month-old baby, but my sleep quality was really, really good. Even though I was getting up in intervals during the night, actually the sleep I was getting was amazing. And I wasn't feeling knackered during the day and feeling like I needed a nap. But my energy levels were up there as well. My skin, which I've always suffered with, is to the point that I was on a really strong drug when I was back at school, a drug called Accutane, for really bad skin all over my chin and all my chest. My skin was just incredible. It was the best it had ever been. And I was blown away, and I wanted to understand why. So I have massively gotten into the research of gut health and understanding it a little bit better. Don't worry, I'm not going to to bore you with the science behind it all today, but it's just made me so passionate about the plan and so passionate about healthy living in just as an overall. But so I was the biggest skeptic, but what I found is, you know, we're really focusing on gut health, and gut health is 80% of our immune system is in our gut. So nearly all conditions regarding skin stem from the gut. 80% of serotonin is in the gut as well, and serotonin is responsible for your mood, your sleep, your memory, your appetite. So there's just so much research now, especially in the past 10 years, about how important your gut health is to how you're feeling kind of mind, body and skin. And that's what this plan really focuses on. It focuses on your gut. So what it'll do, essentially we're going to be hitting the refresh button so you can start to really look and feel amazing. So like we said, increase your energy levels, it helps improve your health. You can lose excess weight, absolutely. People have had phenomenal results on the plan. But also your skin quality, and it's also about enhancing your immune system. So if I move on to the next slide, kind of, like I said, I'm not going to give you loads and loads of detail on the science of it and how your body eliminates toxins due to time. But if you do want to know more about that, then please just message Eleanor and I can give you more information. But it's just important to know that we have 4 main organs of elimination, including the liver and the kidneys. And I think that the bathtub analogy is probably the simplest way to keep it simple for people. So if you imagine that your body is like a bathtub, and over the years you've been putting things into our body, so that's food, it's drink, it's what we put on our skin and what we absorb into our bodies from our skin, but also it's things like your thoughts, and it's the environmental factors that you have around you, and all of these are contributing to the toxins that are going into our body. And so if you imagine that your bathtub is your body, so everything you're putting in is going into your bathtub, so your liver and your kidneys, which are 2 of those vital elimination organs, and they're working like the plug hole, so they're working really, really hard. They're trying to take the goodness from the things that you're putting into your body and then eliminate the toxins out of your body and eliminate those away. So over the years we're putting stuff in that is having a negative effect, essentially. So I've always thought I ate quite well, and there are certain things that were highlighted to me that just really don't serve me. So for example, I have a strong connection with dairy and my skin, which is a real shame because I absolutely adore dairy. Cheese is just my absolute nemesis. I love it. So I just try and decrease the amount. I haven't eliminated it forever, but when I do a 30 days, I eliminate it, and then I just introduce it on a smaller kind of basis going forward. But yes, we're eating and we're drinking and we're putting all of the things into our bathtub. So, and your livers and kidneys are getting really, really worse, and they just can't handle the overload. And when they're not working at an optimal level, what happens is your plug hole gets blocked. So gradually the water in your bath starts to fill up and fill up and fill up, and then it starts to overflow. And the overflowing is symptoms like illness, pains, bad skin, things like IBS, which I used to suffer with and haven't since doing this. It's incredible. And it's a real sign that your body is overloaded. So what we aim to do with the program is to turn the tap down, turning down the amount of toxins that are going into your bathtubs and into your body. And we're going to use this program kind of like a Mr. Muscle for your bathtub, for your body. It's going to help you to detoxify your main eliminatory organs, so your liver and your kidneys. And we want everything to be flowing really nicely through our bathtub and through the plug hole. So we're utilising everything that our body needs from what we're putting into our bodies and disregarding the rest quickly and efficiently. And that's how our bodies should be working. So that really is kind of the game for this program. So if you scooch onto the next slide, Eleanor. So some of the symptoms that I spoke about, you might have things like digestive complaints, IBS, things like that, bloating, headaches, fatigue, weight gain, mood swings, things like that. And I think that people suffer about every single day, and some people will just take paracetamol to try and get rid of them. And I don't have to take paracetamol, I don't take drugs or anything like that anymore, just because my gut health is so good. So yeah, they're kind of common symptoms that people might suffer with. So sorry, Eleanor, on to the next slide. So what we're going to do is remove things on the plan that don't serve you or your body finds really, really hard to digest. So like gluten and dairy can be really hard to digest, and gluten is kind of proved doesn't have a massive nutritional value for you anyway. But we're going to get rid of things like preservatives and additives that just have no value. They're just found in processed foods that are so common in our society nowadays. We eliminate things like refined sugar. We eliminate coffee due to the acidic nature of it. Alcohol, artificial flavours and sweeteners. We eliminate white foods, but we're not eliminating carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are really, really beneficial for our body and our energy levels. Instead, what we're doing is replacing kind of white carbs with like, say, for example, your potatoes, white rice. We're going to change those out for things like sweet potatoes or whole grain rice. So you're replacing your high glycemic foods for low glycemic foods, which helps with your balance, your energy balance. And we're going to reduce the consumption of processed foods as well. So the whole point is that we're focusing on eating a whole foods diet, which is essentially how we should all be eating and how we used to eat 30, 40, 50 years ago, before all these processed foods came to the market. So very quickly, if we scoot on to the next one. So I don't know if you've ever been on kind of like diets, bad diets, things like that in the past, but usually you kind of have a plateau and then you give up. I mean, some people starve themselves when they go on their diet to lose weight and then they put it back on. But in Arbonne, what we're really passionate about doing is showing how to get healthy. And when you understand how to get healthy and follow some really simple principles, then you'll lose the unwanted weight gain and get into the clothes you want, and you won't go through this kind of yo-yo dieting. So really what this is a cleanse rather than a diet. It's about nutritional rebalancing, and when you are nutritionally rebalancing and sorting what's going on with your gut, you're eliminating toxins. So you create health that's doable. You get a long-term goal. You can change your lifestyle up. Whereas with kind of yo-yo dieting, so I call it, so you maybe you'll do a yo-yo diet, and it's just not a sustainable way of living. So you'll do the diet for maybe a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it might be, but then you haven't really learned anything. You've just eliminated things, and you're not really dealing with the toxins in your body. So then you'll just yo-yo back and you'll rebound. Whereas when you're detoxing, you're having a cleanse, you're able to maintain it. And that's really the key thing about our healthy living program. Next one. So what do you get? So you get a nutritional pack that comes with your 30 days of healthy living, as well as a free gift and a couple of 3 things that Arbonne love to give away. They're very generous and like that. So something that I think is really awesome is Arbonne's team of scientists and nutritionists have formulated our products to really support these organs of elimination that I was talking about earlier. So you get a few different products with this. So for example, you get protein powder for protein shakes. Now, when I found out about protein, I was just like, I'm not doing protein, like that's for bodybuilders. And I was so wrong. Protein is so important in our diet. And it just has so many benefits. So it helps increase the nutrient absorption, because we've got so many kind of vitamins, minerals and things like that in it. But as well, it helps you keep fuller for longer. And I love it because you can make them use the protein, make it into smoothie bowls, or you could put it in overnight oats like I know Eleanor does, or you can have it as a smoothie on the go, and you can really be quite versatile with it. I mean, I was putting it in brownies, they tasted amazing. But yeah, so there's protein. So protein is a real kind of key element of it. You also get something called Digestion Plus, which really aids in healing the gut, and it's a fabulous product for anybody who suffers with things like IBS or bloating. It's a pre and probiotic, and it has 11 digestive enzymes in it. But it really is, it helps your body to kind of kickstart the day and get working, and it helps your body to absorb all those nutrients that it needs to take from your food. So that's a bad one. And also you get daily fibre, and that helps to pull sugars through the body and helps you to, again, keep fuller for longer. But also not enough people in the UK actually get enough fibre in their diet, so it's an excellent added bonus to what you get as part of the plan. Next one, Eleanor. So then you also get fizz sticks, which I mean, Eleanor hasn't had caffeine since she started in 2020. I love that. I was never a big coffee drinker, but a tea drinker for sure. And I didn't realise how much caffeine really was in tea. So fizz sticks essentially are kind of your caffeine coffee replacement, so to speak. So There's energy physics. They help to promote alertness and endurance when you start to feel tired. They're made up of things like ginseng and lots of lovely, lovely vitamins and minerals that are in there. They come in a few different flavors, and they really just help you with that pick-me-up, but without having lots of unhealthy sugar like those energy drinks have, or without having the acidity of caffeine from coffee. So they're a kind of a fab replacement. And as well, you get a detox tea, and this is so much more than just a tea. It really helps support your liver and your kidneys and your gastrointestinal tract, for regulating your cholesterol, and also really, really helping with your digestion and balancing your blood sugar. So that's a fabulous product that you get as well. And then you can choose between a 7-day body cleanse, which is like a really, really gentle cleanse to help cleanse your body and your system. And you can also choose between a greens balance, so there's like 30 fruit and vegetable in there, so if you're not getting enough of that in your diet, you can add that in. And you can choose between 2 out of the 7-day cleanse, the greens balance, or the daily fibre. So that's all kind of part of the pack that you get. Next one. So very quickly, kind of what a sample day would look like. You wake up and you have your breakfast. So again, that could be a protein shake, that could be a smoothie bowl, that could be your overnight oats, cup of detox tea and a fizz stick to kind of kickstart your day. This is not about going hungry. This is about being able to just being conscious of the foods that you're eating, so you can snack. Then you'd have your lunch. If weight loss is your main game, then you can have another kind of smoothie or something like that. But sorry, something just popped up on my screen. Or you can have a proper meal, so whether that's soup, a salad, as long as there's some good kind of like protein, non-starchy vegetables, some complex carbs in there, something like that. And again, in the afternoon, if you need it, another snack. Dinner, again, some sort of clean meal, and we give you all the recipes that you need for 30 days. And after dinner, you can have kind of a detox tea if you're hungry, or maybe a coconut yogurt with some fruit or something like that. So the idea is not to go hungry, which is what I was really nervous about at first, because I really love my food. Next one. So what will you get? So as well as the pack that I've just kind of gone through, you also will get a Facebook support group, which is fabulous because so many other people are doing it and posting how they're getting on, and it really feels like a lovely community. You'll get full accountability from Eleanor, and you will also get just education on the reason why certain foods serve you, certain foods don't, so you know what choices you can make going forward within your life and how you want to do it. So I tend to do 2 30-day programs a year, one in January and one in the summer, for like a proper detox, and then follow the plan maybe on a 70-30 basis from there on. So I just feel kind of continue to get that great feeling. So yeah, so you get all of that, and you get the extra encouragement as well. So loads from it. And I think that just here is a couple of testimonials, essentially, of kind of people's before and after pictures, so you can see what it's about. But what I really want to stress is that it's so much more than a weight loss program. It really is. So for me, I don't do it to lose weight anymore. I do it because I want to feel those benefits on the inside, the sleep, the energy, the skin. It's just so important. So yes, that is a little bit about what it's about. Sorry, Anna, I've probably really went over there. I'm just
No, not at all, not at all.
So moving swiftly on from the 30 Days to Healthy Living, we also have all these other products. In fact, we've got over 500 products, which is just phenomenal. But everything from kind of baby care, skin care for all skin types, personal care, makeup, nutrition, and the kind of the ethos of Arbonne is focusing on your mind, your body, and your skin. So what you're putting onto your skin, what you're ingesting into your body, and kind of how that affects your mind and everything. We're really, really focused on that. I mean, it's interesting. You kind of think, how many products do you use every morning before you leave the house? And when someone asked me that, I was like, maybe 5. And then actually, when I started to count up, like, I have a shower in the morning. So that's my shower gel, my shampoo, my conditioner, my cleanser, and then I might moisturise, use deodorant. Then I'll come downstairs and have a smoothie or something. Then I put my makeup on. I've probably got like 15 things I put on my face in the morning. It's like, wow, actually most of us use between about 20 to 30 products before we even leave the house each morning. So what I love about Arbonne is it's consumable products, which makes absolute business sense as well. So it's the products, there's just everything. But I think, Eleanor, you wanted to just share kind of the favourite ones that you've used so far.
Yes, so I have a few favourites. So when I did the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, I was very lucky. There was a great promotion on. I was already using the mascara that I got as a Christmas present. But with the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan that I got, I also got the RE9 Advanced cleanser, and I got the renewal serum. So for me, I started using the products immediately. And I absolutely love the RE9 collection. It's so soft on my skin. As Emma said throughout, it's completely pure, it's completely vegan, it's completely gluten-free. There's no harsh toxins or chemicals. It has vitamin C in it, and it has peptides, which promotes reducing the appearance of fine lines and aging. Not that I should say that I desperately need it, but every little helps. I also then got the night repair cream. And for me, I get quite oily skin. So for me, the night repair cream, although it's quite thick, it really sinks into the skin. So it doesn't actually leave my skin oily at all. I also picked out just 2 other ranges to mention that are my absolute faves. First of all, the Shea Butter range. I have the hand lotion and the hand wash that came as a set in my bathroom. I would also suggest that using the Shea Butter hand lotion has been contributory to the eczema on my hands getting a lot better. It smells divine. All of the shea butter is sustainably sourced and is fair trade. It's all from West Africa, grown without fertilizers, without chemicals, and is kind of worked by local women who are paid a fair wage for all of the shea seeds that are from the fair trade trees. So for me, that's another really important point as to why I love the Shea Butter range. And then finally, the Botanics range, which I have to credit Emma for introducing me to, because Emma had the passion fruit hand wash in her bathroom. And I used it and I thought, I have to get some of that. It smells like you could actually eat a passion fruit. It's absolutely wonderful. I have the papaya body wash and the passion fruit hand wash, and it's all completely plant-based, whether it's plant leaves, plant seeds, plant roots. It's completely botanical, and it pulls out all of the best ingredients of plant-based products. So those are just a few of my faves, but obviously just over leaf. If you are around on the 29th of February, you can try them all. I do have a few samples as well of bits and bobs, so I'm more than happy to give those out. So I guess that draws us to the end of my online launch. My day job is marketing, so it probably wouldn't be right if I didn't mention a few things before wrapping up. So on the 20th of February, as Emma said, at 8 p.m, I'll be doing another online launch, but this will focus on the business opportunity side of Arbonne. Today we focused on 30 Days to Healthy Living, which is the nutritional plan, and then some of my favorite skin products. As I mentioned, on the 29th of February at 3 p.m, I'm running a face-to-face event where you can try all of the products, have some Prosecco and have some nibbles. And then also, it's a shameless plug, but I post any events I'm running, any promotions I'm running, and all information about the products on my Instagram and on my new Facebook group, which are on the screen. There are some amazing offers and promotions on presently that end on the 29th of February. So if you do want to hear about those, talk to me before the 29th of February, or come to the event and try them, and we can talk about it then. So I guess the other thing for me to say is thank you so much to Emma for being my sponsor and for joining me on my first online launch. And thank you so much for all of you to join and supporting me so far. So if you've got any questions, send them over now. If not, I'll cover them afterwards. And if I don't know anything, because obviously this is my very first online launch, I will use the expertise of Emma as my sponsor.
You may indeed. Brilliant, Emma. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. So professional.
I try.
And thank you as well for coming on to support. And it can be really nerve-wracking on your first launch and when you're just starting at your business, because you feel like there's so much to learn. So it's so lovely just to have the support from your family and friends to be able to do it. So yeah, thank you for coming on and supporting. And hopefully I'll maybe meet some of you on the 29th.
Yeah, Yeah, everybody come. Just text me if you want to come.
Right. All right then. And we've
Thanks
it's
so
29, so within 40 minutes.
Yay.
Well done.
Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
I'll see you soon.
Bye. Bye.